Welcome back guys to another Let's Play Clash Royale video, and today I want to show you guys the strategy that I use to defeat spawner decks in the lower arenas. We are on my mini account here, and I'm still level 4, but I'm all the way at 1600 trophies guys, and using this deck that I'm about to show you, I was able to reach all the way up to 1650, which as a level 4 is pretty crazy. That's almost all the way at Arena 6. But anyways guys, here's the deck itself. Now the most important card in this deck guys is the Bomb Tower. It's a great card guys, and it's one of the strongest cards for lower level players. It's got a ton of health, does a ton of splash damage, and is also a great counter against giants and hog riders and balloons. And it's also the best counter in the game right now guys against spawner decks. Now I've also got the Valkyrie in here. She also happens to be a good counter against spawner decks, and she also has a bunch of other uses, which is why I threw her in there. Now one thing I want to point out guys with this deck here is it's fairly weak against balloons and baby dragons, so if you're trying it out you might want to consider throwing in the Musketeer instead of the Spear Goblins just to help out with the air control, because you also have the Goblins and the Barbarians in there for distraction. But anyways guys, let's start opening up some of these chests here, and then I have 2 replays to show you guys against these spawner decks, and then I have one last replay to show you where I was able to beat a level 8, and I just wanted to show it to you guys because I thought it was pretty interesting. Anyways, moving on with these chests here. What else do we have? I have a ton of gold and a ton of upgrades available. I'm kind of just sitting on it right now. I'm not too sure what I want to upgrade at this point. Bomb Tower is able to be upgraded finally. My Bomb Tower is only level 2 guys, but I was still able to use it to push all the way up to 1600 trophies. We got one last chest here. Wizard is unlocked, that's pretty cool. And finally some bombers. Anyways guys, let's go ahead to some of those replays. So here we go guys with the first replay. This was versus a level 6 in Pekka's Playhouse, and he was using the spawner deck obviously, but right at the start here, I have the Bomb Tower in my starting hand, and usually when I'm playing against somebody that's a higher level than me, I play with a more defensive mindset. So right at the start here, we're going to go ahead and put up the Bomb Tower right in the middle there. And obviously he's going to start placing down some of his buildings. Now, one of the most important things, guys, for countering a spawner deck is you can't let them set up a bunch of buildings in their zone. So right here, I'm going to go ahead and use that fireball and get a ton of use out of that one fireball, because both of his buildings are now at half health, which means that he won't be able to set up multiple buildings, because if your opponent can get up 4, 5, or 6 buildings in their zone, they're going to overwhelm you. So throughout this battle, you will see me use the fireball to take out his tower as well as do some damage to his buildings. So right there, what you saw was he tried to go in with the balloon, but like I said earlier, the Bomb Tower is a good counter against giants, balloons, and hog riders. So we were able to kill it before it reached my tower. But later on in the battle, guys, you will see that my deck is fairly weak against the the balloon card. So right here, he's got a giant coming in on the right hand side. Now watch what I do right here. The mini P.E.K.K.A guys is a great counter for giants and hog riders. It does a ton of single target damage. So even though the giant got a couple hits up on that tower, now he has to counter that mini P.E.K.K.A in some sort of way, but he chooses not to. He decides to set down a barbarian hut again on the left hand side. So watch that. That one mini P.E.K.K.A, which was placed on defense, was able to go in there and take out that right hand tower, giving us a 1 crown lead so far. But watch what happens in the next few moments, guys. We set up one more bomb tower there. Now I made the mistake there. I dropped down the Spear Goblins on the right hand side, which was a huge mistake because I knew he had the balloon card in his hand. So wasting those Spear Goblins was a big mistake, because as you can see, the balloon is coming in here. I don't have the Spear Goblins in my hand. So at this point in the battle, I'm considering that left-hand tower pretty much done. I'm going to go ahead, throw one more fireball on those buildings on the left and pretty much take him out, and use those barbarians on the right-hand side to distract that prince. So overall right now, we're both equal. We both have 1 tower down, but there's 45 seconds left, and then overtime, if it gets that far, where we can make a push on the left-hand side. Now, one important strategy, guys, against these spawner decks is they invest a ton of elixir on one lane. You have to try and counter the opposite lane, because the Barbarian Hut is 7 elixir, the Goblin Hut is 5 elixir, so altogether that's 13 elixir invested on one lane. So as you can see right here, he's invested 13 elixir on the right hand lane. We're going to make a huge counter push on the left hand lane, because there's only 13 seconds left in the battle, so all I have to do is take out that tower and then defend. Right here we've got a bomb tower up. We're going to use some goblins to distract that prince, and overall that will give us the 2-1 victory against this level 6 guys. So here we go guys with the next replay. This was against a level 7 in Spell Valley, so there's a huge level difference here. I'm on level 4, he's a level 7, so huge disadvantage there. But right at the start here, we don't have the bomb tower in our starting hand, so we're going to go ahead and try and cycle through some cards here and get to that bomb tower, because like I said in the previous replay, when I'm facing somebody that's higher level than me, I like to try and play with a defensive mindset. So right here, he's starting to set up his buildings. He's got the Barbarian Hut down as well as the Tombstone. We're going to go ahead and put down our bomb tower and watch what happens next. We're going to use that fireball to go ahead and take out that Tombstone completely, as well as damage that Barbarian Hut, and overall just prevent him from setting up a bunch of huts and overwhelming us later on in the game. But right here, he's got a Giant Skeleton marching up. We're going to distract it with some Barbarians, and overall just doing pretty well here. Both of us are pretty even. And one of the important things with this deck, guys, is trying to counter the opposite lane when they've invested some Elixir in their hut strategy. So right here, he puts down a Spear Goblin Hut. That's 5 Elixir down. We're going to just play defense and wait for a good opportunity to go in on the right-hand side. Watch this, guys. The Valkyrie, guys. We're going to set it up way in the back here. She's pretty slow. And what that's going to do is it's going to give us some time to get the bomb tower up once again and then start setting up a push on the right hand side. So watch what happens. Bomb tower is going to die. I'm just kind of waiting at this point for the bomb tower to die. And once it does die, we're going to go ahead, place down that bomb tower. And right here on the right hand side, like I said, doing a counter push. He's invested so much elixir on the left hand side that we're able to sneak in on the right hand side and do some pretty crazy damage. That tower on the right is all the way down to 280 health. And as you just saw there, with one fireball, I was able to take out 2 of his buildings and then damage the other one. Now watch what happens next, guys. We're a minute left in this battle. His tower on the right hand side is all the way down to 280 health. So he's going to try and switch sides here. He wants to defend that right hand tower here. So watch what he does. He starts setting up some buildings on the right hand side. And overall, he hasn't done really any damage to my towers yet, because that bomb tower has been defending pretty well for me. As well, I've been using the fireball to take out all of his buildings and preventing him from getting set up. So right here, he's got 3 more buildings set up on the right hand side. Watch this. We're going to go ahead and fireball that, take out the Tombstone, as well as damage that Barbarian Hut. And now his tower is all the way down to 17 health. All I need is one more fireball to take it out, or even a set of arrows. So right now we're just going to focus on defending. I don't know why I used the arrows there to take out the Spear Goblins when I could have hit that tower and taken it out. But anyways, there's 19 seconds left. He hasn't done really any damage to our tower, guys, which is pretty crazy considering he's level 7, we're level 4. And watch this, he's got like 5 buildings set up there. We're going to go ahead and use that fireball to take out that tower as well as damage the 2 Barbarian Huts. And overall, guys, with 4 seconds left, we will get the 1 crown victory. Anyways, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at one final replay. So here we go, guys, with the final replay. Now this was not against a spawner deck. I played all morning today trying to get one more replay, but surprisingly didn't face another spawner deck. But I wanted to show this to you guys anyways, because it was against a level 8, so there was a 4 level difference here, guys. We're going to try and place down our bomb tower here. Now our bomb tower is only level 2, so it's pretty weak considering the level of his troops. So watch what happens here. He places down some barbarians, which are usually a pretty easy target for the bomb tower. But because they're so high level, I'm going to go ahead and place down a Valkyrie as well to help clean it up. And now right here, he's got a level 3 baby dragon doing some damage to my tower. He's going to do a pretty considerable amount of damage to the tower. But we're going to try and be sneaky here. We're going to try and sneak in a mini P.E.K.K.A to his tower. But unfortunately, he drops down his prince right in time to distract our mini P.E.K.K.A. But that wasn't too bad because his prince is pretty low in health right here. And so right here, he tries to go in with the Hog Rider. Now, the Barbarians, guys, are a great counter for the Hog Rider. They do a ton of damage as well as they block him, so he has to try and run through them, thus getting killed in the process. But right here, those Barbarians aren't really going to get much accomplished, so I'm not going to try and support them with any more troops. We're just going to play defensively, drop down one more bomb tower right in the middle there, place it closer to the right-hand side this time, because that seems to be the side that he's focusing on. Now right here, he's got his baby dragon coming in, and I don't really have anything in my hand to help counter that baby dragon, so we're going to use a fireball to take it out, because I don't want him doing damage to my tower over time, because he might have like a rocket or something in his deck, and if you allow them to get chip damage over time, right in the end they'll throw a rocket at you and take out your tower, and it's super annoying. But anyways, right here, he has a minion horde coming in. We're going to use our arrows, which surprisingly one-shot those minions. Pretty cool right there. And watch this, guys. he's got the Barbarians coming in once again. The Valkyrie is a pretty good counter to Barbarians, but unfortunately she's pretty low level compared to those barbs, so she does need the support of the Bomb Tower to help out. So right here, there's 1 minute left in the battle. We haven't done any damage done to his tower yet, so overall nothing looking too good for us so far. Prince is going to come in here. Fortunately, we get those Barbarians down just in time, preventing the Prince from taking out that Bomb Tower. Now watch this, we're going to start setting up a push on the right hand side with the Mini P.E.K.K.A. Now once the Mini P.E.K.K.A. makes halfway to the bridge, we're going to drop down a Valkyrie right in front, and hopefully the Valkyrie can take out any weak troops. Now watch that, guys, we tried to be smart with the arrows and tried to predict his move, and we succeeded. We were able to take out his minion horde right at the last second, right when he dropped it. That's a super risky move, guys, and if you don't succeed with the predictive arrows, it can usually mean losing the battle because you've wasted 3 elixir. Not only that, but you've also wasted your counter for the minions. So right here, Hog Rider's coming in once again, and like I said, the barbs are a great counter for the Hog Rider. If you're facing somebody that has the free spell, guys, you have to try and wait for them to use the free spell, or split up your troops, because if you drop those barbs like I did, and then he had a free spell, the Hog Rider probably would have taken out that tower. So right here, his tower is all the way down to 800 health. We're going to try and do one last push with the Valkyrie and the Mini P.E.K.K.A. and watch how close this battle is, guys. He drops a rage spell. Look at the health left on my tower, all the way down to 280 health when my P.E.K.K.A. gets one final hits off and takes out his tower, giving us the 1 crown victory over a level 8, guys. Anyways, that's going to do it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to hit that like button, and if you want to see some more Clash Royale videos, make sure to subscribe. I will be putting out videos every single day. Anyways, guys, thanks again, and we'll see you in the next video.